Good morning. To begin our sacred space this morning, please rise in body and or spirit to sing and join our previous quarantine choir under the direction of Jim Boyle with hymn number 118 in the great hymnal, This Little Light of Mine. And the words will be up here with pictures. Oh, and happy Mother's Day to all the mothers that are here. Yahoo! Good morning and welcome. I am Jackie Williamson, and I'll be your worship associate for this service, and please excuse my voice. I am 5'2" and have short hair with blonde highlights. I am wearing a multicolored blouse. I'm a cisgender woman and use the pronouns she, her. For those of you who are unfamiliar with the term cisgender, it's a person whose gender identity corresponds to their sex assigned at birth. This service is being broadcast live on YouTube and will be available as a recording on the UUFCC channel after the service. Your patience will be appreciated as there is a slight delay at the end to close down the YouTube connection. This is also a good time to turn off your phone. For those of you joining us virtually, you may wish to have a chalice or candle available for our chalice lighting ritual. And I hope I don't lose my voice. Due to the increase in COVID locally, we appreciate you taking precautions with masks and social distance to keep us all safer. Welcome to those who are watching on YouTube and welcome to all here at the fellowship. Each week we gather together by singing, even as we are in many different places and whether our sacred space be virtual or live. You are welcome here at UUFCC no matter who you are, no matter where you come from, no matter your background, your spiritual journey, or who you love. We know you come here for different reasons: to find community, to seek your spiritual and personal truths, to ask questions, to nurture and be nurtured, to explore new ideas. We come from different places, different religions, different beliefs, and different backgrounds. We trust you will find something you will need here: comfort, connection, challenge, and love. And we hope you will find ways to help others. If you are new here, please stand or wave as you are comfortable so that we can welcome you. You want to? Okay. Can you give us your name?
Lynn.
I'm sorry.
So this is Lynn.
Okay. Lynn, where are you from? That many places?
Recently, originally, I don't. I currently live in Port Charlotte. I'm recently from New Hampshire.
Okay. Well, welcome. Welcome. Anyone else? This young lady here was standing.
Hi, my name is Kimberly. I'm born in Brooklyn, raised in New Jersey, and I reside in Northport.
Okay, welcome, Kimberly. Okay, if you want to know more about this fellowship, whoops, one more? Oh, please.
Yes, some of you do know my daughter. She's been here occasionally. So this is Leanne Muster who's here with me today.
I'm sorry, I didn't hear.
It's Mary's daughter, Leanne Muster, that's with us today.
Leanne, hi. Is that everybody? All right. Ooh, if you want to know more about this fellowship, check out the website at uufcc.org or ask someone. I have much gratitude to everyone who has contributed to making today's service happening. Our welcome, our decorating, our tech teams, our musicians, our behind-the-scenes folks, our office staff, worship associates, the board, building and grounds, and cleaning folks, and also those who are taking turns caring for us by making coffee, goodies, and cleaning up after the service. And finally, for our speaker today, Patrick from PFLAG. And PFLAG stands for Parents, Family, and Friends of LGBTQ plus people. Next, we will have the prelude by Ryan. Ryan, beautiful as usual. Oh, wow. Okay, the chalice lighting. Today, words come from Claudine, Dean, Olivia. We light this chalice for mothers and mothering to celebrate those who have taken on the task of nurturing a young baby, child, or youth into adulthood, to celebrate those who have nourished the light of truth and compassion in growing minds and hearts, to celebrate those who have committed time, money, energy to the growth of others in this world. We light this chalice to celebrate and hold dear this flame of love. Now, as Ryan lights the chalice here in the sanctuary, please join me in reciting our affirmation. Love is the spirit of this fellowship, and service is its law. This is our aspiration, to dwell together in peace, to seek truth and love, and to help one another. The opening words are written by Meg Barnhouse, a minister serving the Unitarian Universalist Church of Spartanburg, South Carolina, from Soul Matters, and we have permission to use them has been secured. We gather to worship our hearts alive with hope that here we will be truly seen, that here we will be welcomed into the garden of this community, where the simple and the elegant, the fluted and the frilled, the shy and the dramatic complement each other and are treasured. May we know that here each contributes in their way to the beauty of the whole. Come, let us worship together, all genders, sexualities, politics, clappers and non-clappers, progressive or conservative. May we root ourselves in the value of this faith, compassion and courage, transcendence, justice, and transformation. Please rise as you are able to hymn number 170 in the gray hymnal, Gentle Angry People.
Gentle, angry people, and we are sinning, sinning for our lives. We are a gentle, angry people, and we are sinning, sinning for our lives. We are a justice-seeking people, and we are sinning, sinning for our lives. We are a justice-seeking people, and we are sinning, sinning for our lives. We are young and old together, and we are sinning, sinning for our lives. We are young and old together, and we are sinning, sinning for our lives. We are a land of many colors, and we are sinning, sinning for our lives. are singing, singing for our lives. We are gentle, loving people, and we are singing, singing for our lives.
Our book of life offers you the opportunity to share your joys, sorrows, and life milestones with the rest of us by writing them in this red book, which I will have Trudy bring up. There isn't any announced? There isn't? Okay. There aren't any. Okay. Okay. Yeah, okay, well, after I read the entries, which there aren't any, we will turn on the mic and you'll be able to drop a stone in the water and to share the deep sorrows or joys you can carry with you today. This is the time to briefly share that which is most sacred to you. There will be a time for announcements later in this service. Please be aware we are creating a permanent record of these moments on YouTube. Anyone would like to come forward and drop a stone?
So I have to apologize as being patient zero that started this whole fun thing 2 weeks ago. And what I will tell you guys is that in the clinic, people are coming in with symptoms and they're not testing positive for 4 to 5 days. So if you have COVID symptoms, assume you are COVID positive and take precautions because this thing is, our rate in Sarasota and Charlotte County is about triple what the rest of the state is right now. It's all low, but ours are triple the amount of infections, so be aware of that right now. And then on a more joyful note, we have a birthday girl in our midst today. And she's 29 this year, and next year she'll be 28. But I want to take that moment to just say thank you. Through neck surgery and an aspen collar and now a COVID outbreak, here she is up here keeping us together, and I just think that's wonderful.
Placed that stone in the water as a way of saying thank you to Laura and to Laurie and how they have addressed the issue of this virus being here again. Hopefully this will be very short, but I'm really grateful for the leadership.
This last stone represents unspoken joys and sorrows in our hearts. May we hold these in each other in love and tenderness so that this fellowship may be a source of strength and comfort, courage and hope in the days and weeks ahead. Please join me for a moment of silence. Okay, now it's time to introduce Patrick. What can I say? He's an actor, an activist, a sweetheart, my good friend. Welcome, Patrick.
Good morning, everybody. I'm Patrick, he, him pronouns. I'm a cisgender man. I have silver gray hair, white shirt with little, jar symbols on it. And I'm very pleased to be here and honored to talk on Mother's Day. So I did a little brief history of Mother's Day. So Anna Jarvis of Philadelphia, whose mother had organized women's groups to promote friendship and health, she originated Mother's Day. On May 12, 1907, she had a memorial service at her late mother's church in Grafton, West Virginia. So that started Mother's Day. So we honor mothers or mother figures on this day. I myself was very fortunate in having a wonderful mother and grandmother in my life. Just growing up in the suburbs of Pittsburgh, PA, my aunts and uncles, we always went to my grandparents on Sunday. On Sunday was family day. So aunts and uncles and my mother brought food, played with our cousins, and it was a very good time growing up. And we shared a lot of things. My father worked at Ambridge, U.S. Steel. He was a steel worker. My parents went to flea markets and auctions for raising extra money to live by. We never wanted for anything. It was a very good childhood, and I learned how to save money and be thrifty. They would go to the auction barn on Route 19 with a consignment. And my sister and I would go to our grandparents on Saturday nights instead of going to the auction. And we would watch Gunsmoke, Bonanza with my grandparents, Petticoat Junction, and maybe play cards. If my grandfather joined us, that was really, wonderful but my grandmother would pull down the blinds on the front window because she didn't want to get in trouble teaching us how to play cards to children. So, yeah, she worried about that. So I did come out as gay to my parent and grandmother. My grandfather, I never did. Not anything against him. He was wonderful. I just didn't know. But they were not sure about what that meant, but they were very supportive. And my grandmother was always for the underprivileged. So even if, my cousins would get divorced, she always said, I didn't divorce the person. So that person was always welcome to her home. She had an open house, which I respect, and I love that too. And later with my partner Michael and I, we would have family gatherings or holidays at our home. So both families would come. So that was, very, very, I appreciated that. So I am president of the PFLAG chapter in Port Charlotte, and it's a national organization, 51 years old now. And it's appropriate to talk about PFLAG here on Mother's Day because a mother's love is what initiated PFLAG. Jean Manford, a teacher and mother, took action. April in 1972, she was home watching TV and she's seeing a clip of her son being beaten at a rally, her gay son, and police just standing by. So she wrote a letter to the New York Times that I am proud of my gay son. And that was the first time somebody declared about having a homosexual son that they loved him. So a few months later, he wanted her to join him in a march, and she said, I will if I can carry a sign. So it was Parents of Gays United. And I almost can't even say it, but young people came up to her and said for hugs, or would she talk to their parents? So from then on, PFLAG started. They had meetings, and so right now PFLAG National has over 400 chapters with more than 350,000 members. So we are a 501(c) nonprofit, nonpartisan chapter. In June will be our 1-year anniversary of our PFLAG chapter. And we could not have done it without our congregation here. Initially, and the continued support, and we very, very much appreciate it. And we love our allies, so just allies are folks who might not be BGLTQ+, but they are supportive of us, and that, which is like most of the society. And that's what we're working, not to just be a LGBTQ organization. We want to be part of the community at large, connecting with everybody and sharing with everybody. So what do? We have a dedicated staff. Michelle Taylor is our vice president. Lori Douglas is our treasurer. Caitlin DeShane is our secretary, and Joe Jordan as a outreach to schools. So there's still Gay Straight Alliances, so she goes to schools for that, and she is a teacher. We have a few teachers within our board, which is, I always have so much respect for teachers. So we have monthly confidential support meetings to share in a safe space, which is here. Each monthly meeting has a speaker or a video prior to discussion and sharing. And PFLAG encourages also speakers to go to school board meetings to support parents, youth, and teachers. Last year, one of the teachers, a teacher in the Charlotte area at the school board meetings, she is a lesbian woman, was verbally attacked by citizens. So, unheard of. So I speak and others speak at every school board meeting just about acceptance and equality. PFLAG and Array have had so far 2 meetings with the Charlotte County Superintendent, Mark Vianello, concerning mostly book banning and also inclusion of all students. And I believe he does want the best for all students. We have a good rapport with him. The last meeting was last Tuesday, and I shook his hand beforehand. It even started. And talk about just being fair and inclusive of everybody. And even some of the members of the school board came after the last meeting to apologize to me, because 2 months ago I was verbally attacked outside of the meeting by a woman who was very rude, that I'm gay, so I'm a mistake, and I must have been abused as a child. No, I had fantastic family, so that is not. So I said that at the meeting last Tuesday, and one of the school board members came out and apologized that I had to go through that. That was afterwards in the parking lot going to my vehicle. And the wonderful members of our PFLAG, they promised they would walk me to my car every time after the meeting for my protection, which was how sweet and very caring. I appreciate that. So currently the school board, we talked about the books that were banned, and I called them 2 weeks ago, that knowing the teachers on our group, the books are not being returned, or some librarian said, "What books?" So they are on top of it. They are saying every book that had been on the shelves 2 years ago, before the ban started, will be back on the shelves. And if it's not available, they will buy them. And, yes. So I do, I believe they do want, and having the books returned is part of a settlement from Equality Florida took on Florida with a suit, lasted 2 years, and they won. So the books being returned is part of the settlement. And also in the schools, they cannot teach that a heterosexual condition is any higher than somebody being gay or transgender. So what a shame that has to be in writing, but yes, it does. So it's, Equality Florida has been a great resource and a huge ally. And I actually went to Tallahassee with a friend from the Venice UU Church, Danny Fuller, to protest on the bills, the anti-gay bills. I remember, might have been 33 against LGBTQ people. And, again, why there are much important issues in Florida than attacking minorities. But that's what occurred. So PFLAG, we work with Array. So Array is in Port Charlotte, all Rainbow and Allied youth. So we are here for the parents and friends. Array is for the youth themselves. And what is fantastic now, they have a drop-in center for youth to go to in Port Charlotte. Yes, and that is huge. So, Lisa, Hal and Lisa are running it. So Hal often is at our meetings. And we're also involved with the NAACP. LULAC, which is new to me, but now I'm on the education committee of LULAC. So that is like NAACP, but for Hispanic and Latino people. And the dynamic individual, the president, Richard Patrick, is doing a great job starting it. So the organization is 95 years old, so not as well known here, but so he's starting that chapter and doing very well. And one of the first agendas, he's really raised money to have cash awards for students in Port Charlotte area, high school students, Hispanic, that have good grades. So figure they'll come for a ceremony, their parents will come, they're proud. That is very smart, a good way to begin. We also work with CARE, which is, they've spoken here before, they care for people who have been assaulted or sexually abused. Again, Equality Florida. And also we work with Southern Poverty Law Center, in case we almost had suits of our own against Florida, but it didn't escalate to that, but they were waiting to help us. And Justice Social Alliance in Venice. So that is just, I was at their meeting on Friday. So they have, the Quakers just joined. So they have many different, our church is involved, PFLAG is involved, the Venice UU Church, there's a Buddhist, the Jewish community joined, and they're just working for peace. And they had the very successful Right to Read event, and our church here was part of it. And just, again, About Man books. There was authors there. They were giving away books. Tom Edwards was there speaking. And also we're involved with C Alliance, which stands for Social Equity Through Education. So they are in Sarasota. It's a group of young people, like maybe in their 20s or high school, working for justice. So they are aware. They are using their voice. So they often have meetings before they go to their Sarasota school board meeting. So what a wonderful group. There's young folks taking up the torch and banner and working for peace. There are many things happening. This has been a very busy but wonderful year. I'm actually meeting with the U.S. Attorney's Office of Civil Rights Unit tomorrow at 5 o'clock for dinner. So just they reached out to me to see what they can do. So yeah, I have to always remember their name. So U.S. Attorney's Office of Civil Rights Unit. So we shall see, but also I want to see if LULAC wants to come, so have, whatever they need for Hispanic folks or even NAACP to join us. So also we were privileged to have Winter Garden Presbyterian Church reached out to us. Reverend Devin Andrews reached out to me, to PFLAG, because they want to have a more inclusive congregation. Yes. It fills my heart over and over again. So they even made us a basket for our last Drag Queen Bingo fundraiser. So this Presbyterian church made us a basket with a little stuffed unicorn in it. And that just brought me to tears when I heard they were going to do that. I mean, it's unbelievable. And also we're involved with MCC Church in Venice, Reverend Nancy Wilson. So Metropolitan Community Church, so it is a gay church. But Nancy Wilson herself had been the head of it, the whole thing. And she traveled the world in communication with folks. So again, honored to have connection with all these fantastic groups and people. So we've had 2 very successful Drag Queen Bingo fundraisers. And one very good thing, besides just fundraising, it brought our community together, meaning not just LGBTQ, just people in the area together. And they enjoyed it. And the performers were performers. So they did not lip sync. They had fantastic voices, and they were not, it was not a crude thing. They were just entertaining and singing. So that was, not a bad thing. So I had heard one class I went to about grant writing. I didn't get anything much about that. That was beyond me, but the speaker had said, one of the worst things in the United States is isolation. So I really took that to heart. So after our successful fundraisers, we're having social gatherings. We want everybody to be welcome and not to be isolated, not to be alone. You're not alone. Just come. So we had bowling in Treasure Lanes here in Port Charlotte a couple months ago. And then we had at Northport Arts Center, we had just a drop-in to do painting or yarn art or beadwork. I do that because I make beads with my wrist. So it was very nice. And actually with the bowling, we actually sponsored 2 families that couldn't afford it, and that's what we're here to do. So we had 4 lanes going on that day, and we should do the bowling again. So again, we want PFLAG to be recognized as a resource in the community at large. And with the fundraisers, we did additional 50-50 for Array. And then the second one we did for a dog shelter in Port Charlotte. And they save dogs from kill shelters that might be like non-adoptable. Maybe they have a health issue, maybe they're a Rottweiler or a Pit Bull that have a bad reputation, and they save them and they give them a home until they're ready to be adopted. So that is wonderful. To even find them, an organization who does that, was a pleasure. So our next event is June 30th. We're going to have a picnic, and we're putting vendors together and possibly speakers, food vendors, different activities. I was at a diversity festival yesterday in Sarasota, and I worked the crowd. I got a lot of names of vendors and talked to Tom Edwards there, who is a gay man on the school board in Sarasota. And we've had a good relationship. We recognize each other. And he's even talking about a fundraiser in the future with Sarasota area and Port Charlotte area. We'll see what that'll be in the future. So what can you do if you would like to become a member of PFLAG? See Lori. So it's $30 for a membership, half of it with us and half goes to national. You can sign up on our mailing list, which I'm going to get it in the lobby there. Just your phone number and email. I'll let you know on our activities that are coming up, especially the socials. Even if you're not a member, you're welcome to come to those or our meetings. Spreed said the word to anybody who may need our support too, that would benefit from our meetings. And also to attend the school board meetings would be very appreciated, whether you speak or not. I had a very good rapport with I spoke at the Republican meeting, or the Democratic meeting that was here, and PFLAG is non-political, so I reached out to the Republicans, so I emailed them, and it did not get back to me. At one of the school board meetings, though, somebody gave me a piece of paper with his number on, call him, and it was the Republican chairman. So I talked, and we had the next day I called, we talked for an hour, and we had a very good rapport. He wanted to work with me for the betterment of the students in Charlotte County. Yeah, so we didn't always, have the same ideas, but I love the open conversation. Maybe I can learn something from him. I don't know everything, that's for sure. And he was very open to discussion. Well, it's sad to say he died just 2 weeks ago, suddenly from a heart attack. And the last school board meeting, there's the new representative, and he is not one to talk to at all. He is, we are in charge. We have the votes. It's going to be our way. I was stunned. It's the first time I had that in my face. Again, we're not political, but for human rights, that's what we're looking for. And but the Moms of Liberty were there, which is new here. She gave me her number to call her. I haven't yet. That was Tuesday, but I will. And so I might call her today. So if, I had said I don't see what they stand for, but I see sometimes they're against, racial issues, LGBT issues, and so maybe we can have a dialogue. So I'm open to talking with anybody, and that's what I want PFLAG, everybody to be welcome. Even if somebody's very conservative, hopefully they should feel welcome coming to our space if they need us. That is, so for me, I'm a gay man, I am not transgender, but I keep reading and learning more about transgender folks, because it's new to me. So, and I know families with youth or adults, and they are being discriminated against instead of, they just want to live their lives. Why are they being targeted? So that is a very huge concern of ours. So our mission or our statement I have with all we do is moving forward with love. So I like Michelle Obama, when they go low, we go high. So we'll continue to be high and just, and talking to school board meetings and anything else, we'll just talk facts and caring, and to be open to be welcoming. So thank you for listening.
Thank you, Patrick. That was fantastic. I'm so glad to hear there are positive things happening. Okay, now, please rise in body or spirit, and we're singing hymn number 153 in the Teal hymnal, How Could Anyone? And our choir director, Janet, is going to be directing this song.
Okay.
Feel free to join.
What we're going to do is Ryan will start with the intro, and then Laurie will start. Then I will come in. The song is repeated, and then if everybody can join in with us the second time, that'll be wonderful.
How could anyone ever tell you you were anything less than beautiful? How could anyone ever tell you you are less than whole?
How could anyone fail to notice that your loving is a miracle? How deeply you're connected to my soul.
How could anyone ever tell you you were anything less than beautiful? How could anyone ever tell you you were less than whole? How could anyone fail to notice that your loving is a miracle? How deeply you're connected to my soul.
In our tradition, congregations exist because of the generous support of members and friends. It is our privilege and our responsibility to ensure the health and future of this fellowship. To this end, your offering supports the ministry of this fellowship, whether by pledge or donation, and may be offered online. There are several ways you can give. You can drop your donation in the baskets that are being passed around by the greeters. You can mail checks to the office, drop them in our mailbox, or call the office to make other arrangements. We are also equipped to accept donations through the Venmo app. Payments through this app should be made to the UUFCC offering. The first basket that's being passed around is for the fellowship. The second basket that's going to be passed around is going to be for a cause that the Social Justice Committee has decided. Today it's going to go to PFLAG. Thank you. Thank you, Ryan. Thank you for your support for this fellowship. We appreciate your financial support, and we appreciate those who have pledged. Now it's time to highlight UUFCC's events and activities. The back of the order of service has this week's calendar. Also, the weekly update has a calendar, so you can check that as well. Okay, the following announcements. I have an announcement from Mary Lou. There's a luncheon presentation on microforest, using high-performance microforests to improve the ecological vitality of Southwest Florida. The speaker is Charles C. Wright, PhD, a restorative ecologist. Dr. Wright has worked on restoring ecology health to degraded ecosystems around the world. He will discuss 8 microforests successfully installed so far in our region. It's from 11 a.m. to 1 p.m. on Wednesday, May 15th, at the Charlotte Harbor Yacht Club, and that's at 4400 Lister Street in Port Charlotte. The host is by the League of Women Voters of Charlotte County. You can RSVP by Jean Franks, President LWVCC at jmfinks@gmail.com. Headcount needed to be properly planned lunch and wait staff. Ordering is from the menu unless attendance exceeds 20. If over 20 attendees, the chef will offer 2 menu choices at a fixed rate. You can learn more at www.suncoastforest.org. Or you can obtain Dr. Reich's Suncoast Forest flyer, See Mary Lou. And I think she's been handing out flyers. Today's closing words are by Amy Zucker Morgenstein. May all our hours together be blessed as this one has been, by open-hearted sharing, learning from one another, and making beautiful harmony together. And may we greet everyone we encounter with the same acceptance and grateful kinship until we meet again. Blessed be. Now I invite Ryan to please come up and extinguish the chalice. Please join me in reciting the words in this order of service. We extinguish this chalice but not the light of hope, the fire of commitment, or the warmth of community. May those ideals shine in our lives and warm our hearts until we are together again. Okay, now, the last song is in the Gray Hymnal, number 413, Go Now in Peace. It's going to be sung in a round, and Janet is going to explain.
Okay, I need my extended choir to come forward. COVID kind of did a number on our choir, so most of us are not available. But I got ringers, and we'll start. Everybody should be familiar with this. Laurie will start, and then Corey comes in, then Ryan comes in, then I will end. We're going to sing it twice through. So grab a singer to follow and sing along with us.
Go now in peace, go now in peace.
Go now in peace, go now in peace. May the love of God go around you everywhere, everywhere you may go. Go now in peace, go now in peace. May the love of God go around you everywhere, everywhere you may go, everywhere you may go, you may go.
Go now in peace.
So for those of you that didn't hear, she wants you to take your coffee and refreshments to the patio.